Give me a glimpse of your heart.
Hey yo family, what's good? It's your boy DC hitting you with another installment of that word bite. Yeah, I said it, it's like taking a bite out of the word of God. So what we do is that every day we look at a piece of scripture, we analyze it, and then we see how we could apply it to our lives. Alright? So today's scripture is taken from the book of 2 Corinthians. I'm reading from chapter 12 and verses. I'm going to read verses 7, 8, and 9. But the main focus is verse 9. But I just want to read the two verses before so we get like a better picture of what's really going on. So I'm reading again from Old Trusted Bible. So 7 says, "And lest I should be exalted above measure by the abundance of revelations, a thorn in the flesh was given to me, a messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I be exalted above measure. Concerning this thing I pleaded with the Lord 3 times that it might depart from me. And he said to me, My grace is sufficient for you. My strength is made perfect in weakness. Therefore most gladly I will rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me." Alright. So I read the two verses before just to get a little context, but what I wanted to focus on was verse 9. "And he said to me, My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness." And then Paul says, "Therefore most gladly I will rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me." So this is Paul. He's giving us a breakdown of something that is happening. He's talking about himself and the fact that he's not a perfect person. And he says in verse 7 that, that lest he should exalt himself above measure, that this thing was placed in his life like a thorn in his flesh. That's how he described it, like a thorn in his flesh. And he said he asked God, "Lord, please take this thing away from me 3 times. But God told him that, "Look, my grace is sufficient for you." So I mean, when I think about grace, nobody knows for sure what it was. But when we think about grace, we think that maybe Paul was going through some kind of sin or something, and he needed God's grace to really help him past it. Sometimes it's a sickness. Nobody really knows. But the thing is that this thing really bothered Paul, and he didn't know what to do about it. And so he prayed to God about it, and God said, "Look, yo, cool out. My grace is sufficient for you, and my strength is made perfect in your weakness." So Paul surrenders to the fact that God is in charge and know what he's doing. And then he said, "Look, I'm going to glory in my infirmities." He says, "I will rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me." So in so doing, he's saying that, look, because of me being weak in certain areas, God is able to show that, he is the person that is the source of my strength. That I'm able to rely on his strength completely because of my weaknesses. And this is a encouragement to you that might be going through something or in a particular position or a particular sin or a particular state of mind where you're not sure if you're good enough or if, things are gonna work out for you, and you just continually overthinking. "Oh, I weak in this area. Oh, I gotta develop myself here. God is saying like, yo, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Meaning that when you are weak, that is when my strength is most effective, so that you can't credit it to nobody else, credit it to no other thing, credit it to no other being, but to me." Yes, God is a person about his own glorification like that. He wants to be glorified. So he's saying that, look, in the middle of your weakness, that's the time for me to come in and show you what my strength is like, to show other people what my strength is like. So when you're weak, don't necessarily ask for the thing that is causing your weakness to go away, but ask for the strength of God to be made manifest in your life. So weakness is not disparity. Weakness is opportunity for God to show up, for God to show Himself, for God to show who He really is. And so you must revel in that. That, yo, God, I'm weak, but because I am weak, I know that you can show up, you can show your strength. And just watch God work. So your weakness is not a setback. It's a setup for God's power to be made manifest in your life. And I know this is a long bite, but I feel like this has had to be said because I tried to change the scripture multiple times. But the Lord just keeps saying, do this one, do this one, do this one. So please revel in the fact that you are weak, because when you are weak and can't find strength of your own, that's when God's strength is made perfect and manifested in your life. And you'll be amazed to see the things that He can do. So peace and love, fam. This is your boy DC hitting you with another word bite. Take care. Boom.
Give me a glimpse of your heart.